Hello and welcome to a different kind of video. So one thing that I do want to make some videos on this channel is colour blindness. So I've suffered with colour blindness since as long as I can remember, throughout school and in art classes and things like that. I once got told off by a teacher and laughed at by my school friends because I painted the sky the wrong shade of blue or purple or whatever, and blah blah blah. So it hasn't affected me on a day-to-day basis, but it can affect me for various reasons. When I was at school, I wanted to join the army because I'm colourblind. Obviously, I can't. Being an electrician or anything electrical and things like that. Again, when you're wiring a plug, that could be something that you just struggle to do. Painting, obviously, if it's labelled, then I can paint it, but in terms of me selecting colours or anything like that, no clue. My colour blindness, so there's three different types of colour blindness, and obviously they range depending on how bad you are. I am protanopia, so I don't see purple. Purple is a colour that to me just looks blue more than anything else. So if you showed me something purple, something blue, I'd think they were both blue but just a different shade. Red, browns and greens, they're depending on the shade, I can get them mixed up as well. So a perfect example is playing snooker. If the brown is near the reds and not on its spot, I will struggle. The amount of times that I've gone and potted the brown thinking it's a red. Obviously, my friends being my friends, they get 4 points if I foul, so they don't tell me until I've actually potted it. That was brown, mate. So it's affected in terms of the careers that I could go into, but in terms of day-to-day things, it doesn't really affect me that much. There has been times when watching football on TV that it can affect me, and I will be doing some videos on them soon as well. So this year I found a Twitter account which posts a lot about colour blindness, and it also tweets a lot about when football kits clash. In terms of if we're watching them on TV, it could be the shade of the kit blends in with the colour of the football pitch for people that are colourblind. It could be that two teams are playing in kits that are close to each other. So again, there's been a few times where I've had to watch a game and I've had to look at the socks to know which team is which. And I'll definitely find some examples of them and I'll make a video on that. If you are colourblind, please drop it down below. Let me know that you are colourblind, how it's affected you, if it has a, like I wanted to join the army but I couldn't, if there's any big things like that, if it's affected you. What type of colourblindness are you? I will go through them after I've done the test as well. I have done this before. I've done the test a couple of times before, not for a very long time. And I know that there's a lot of videos on YouTube where people have got the EnChroma glasses and they are seeing colour as we should be able to see colour for the very first time. And I get so emotional watching them because I can't imagine what it's like being able to see colour. So the glasses are something that I do want to get at some point, but I think they're like £350. They're not something that I'd wear on a day-to-day basis because I don't need to see colour on a day-to-day basis. But it's definitely something that I want to see, and I want to go somewhere which is full of colour and see what I'm missing out on, basically. So let's get this test done then. So whether you'll see the differences or not, as well as what I will, please let me know your score. Please, I'll drop the link for this as well. Please go and do this and check this out. Let me know your score. Tweet me your results as well. I'd love to see them. And let's get going. So, okay, so that one's fine. 2. So I can see 7. I can't see anything there. Unsure. No. See a 5. See a 6. 6. See a 2. See an 8. I can see nothing. 7. 9. 5, but very faint 5. I can see an 8. I can see nothing. I can see a 4. I can see a 3. I'm unsure. I think I can see a 2. I am unsure. Again unsure. I think I can see a 1. I can see a 6. I'm unsure. I see a 3. I think I can see a 1. A 7. I can see an 8. I can see a 2, but faint 2. I think that's a 6. I'm unsure. I can see an 8. Very clear 8. I see a faint 3. I see a faint 5. I am unsure. I can see clear 5 there. I can't see nothing. So I am a strong proton. You have strong proton colourblindness, also known as protonomaly, a type of red-green colourblindness in which the red cones in the eye detect too much green light and not enough red light. We've engineered eyewear just for you based on your type of colourblindness to help you see. So as you can see, obviously these are in dollars, but as you can see, $350. There's some indoor ones for $230. It tells me what they recommend. Again, I would love to have some of these. I definitely do want to get some at some point. So what is proton colourblindness? Protons are people with protonomaly, a type of red-green colourblindness in which the red cones do not detect enough red and are too sensitive to greens, yellows and oranges. As a result, greens, yellows, oranges, reds and browns may appear similar, especially in low light. It can also be difficult to tell the difference between blues and purples, or pinks and greys. Red and black might be hard to tell apart, especially when red text is against a black background. So, as I said, I struggle between blue and purple. Many people, I know so many people that say their favourite colour is purple. I live with someone who they had kettle, toaster, and all the cutlery was purple. My ex painted the living room purple. I didn't really know that it was purple until she told me it was purple. I stream on Twitch. That's purple logo as well. So I always make a joke and say purple's just a made-up colour that people who can see colour make up to make us feel bad. You know, it doesn't affect me mentally. You know, I don't feel bad about not being able to see colours. It doesn't upset me or anything like that. Yes, I'd love to see colours, and again, if I got the glasses, I know that I would burst into tears being able to see such vibrant colours for the first time, but it is what it is. So there's a very good colourblind video here, and we'll give this a quick watch as well, and again, I'll just explain what I see compared to what you see. Just before we do this, one thing that I have noticed speaking to people, you know, some of the questions that I get when they find out that I'm colourblind is hilarious. for whatever reason, if it comes up in conversation, I say that I'm colourblind, people will point to a colour. What colour's that? What colour's that? What colour's that? I have had people point to black and white and say, what colour's that? And obviously my response is, I'm colourblind, not stupid. But there's just so little education around colourblindness. And again, I'm going to be covering a lot of videos on this, and if you're colourblind and you want to have a chat, I'd be happy to get a couple of fellow colourblind people on and do a video, do a little podcast, talk about the issues what we've had. I'll find some stories out. There was a story that I was reading about a lad who he struggles when they playing football, with the colour, even though they put colour bibs on when they're training at school. And you just can't tell the difference, and you end up passing to the wrong person because you don't know who's on your team in terms of if you see the same colour, you just pass to that colour. So there's plenty of different stories like that. So it's a quick 1 minute 44 video. I'll just give this a quick watch as well. So I don't know which way around this is, but basically I see both of them. So the little picture and the big picture, I see them exactly the same. When I've shown this to many people, they say that the small one in the top right corner, that is a lot more colourful, a lot more vibrant. The colours stand out more, and the bigger picture is like the duller version. I think it's that way or the other way around. But basically, that is what colourblindness is. The colours are more dull for us than they would be for normal people. So again, watching these, if I look in the top right corner and I compare it to what I see in the big image, they both look exactly the same colours to me. Yeah, it just looks the same. So again, I want to do a lot of these videos. I want to get the awareness out there about colourblindness. There's thousands of issues and medical problems and things like that we all need to be made aware of. Colourblindness may not be a big thing. You might not see it as a big thing to you that you need to be aware of, but just learning a little bit about it can help so many people that are colourblind. You might not even know if any of your friends are colourblind. They might not talk about it. Some people it affects more than others, but just if you know somebody that's colourblind, just learning a bit about it, just asking them questions, not like what colour's that, but just asking them how it affects them, can help them so much more. So I'm going to read through all this. Not everything will be relevant, so there might be some jump cuts. I'll just cut some things out. All the links that I've gone on today, they'll all be in the description down below. Please go and check them out. And again, just take 5-10 minutes out of your day just to learn a bit more about colourblindness. And if you do have any questions, any serious questions, please drop them in the comments or send me a message on Twitter. A link to Linktree is down below with all my socials and everything like that. By all means, tweet at me, and again, if I can answer your questions, I'll quite happily do so. And if I get enough questions, then I'll do a little video answering them questions on the video. So, types of colourblindness. There are several types of inherited colourblindness. It says inherited colourblindness. So, from what I know, and I know that it's how I got it, it was passed through my mum. And I inherited it from my granddad. Now, what usually happens is it gets passed from the male through the female kid, the daughter, and doesn't mean that the daughter's going to be colourblind, even though women can be colourblind as well, but her kids will be colourblind. So I have a brother, and he is colourblind as well. So I'm colourblind, so if I had a daughter, I could pass it on to her, but she wouldn't be colourblind, but she could pass it on to her kids, and they'd be colourblind if she had any sons. And again, there's some daughters, there's some statistics further down, so I'll get to them. So, I apologise if I get some of these words wrong. Trichromacy, yeah. Normal colour vision uses all three types of light cones correctly and is known as trichromacy. Trichromacy? Trichromacy. Yeah, that sounds right. People with normal colour vision are known as trichromats. Anomalous trichromacy. People with faulty trichromatic vision will be colourblind to some extent and are known as anomalous trichromats. In people with this condition, all of their three cone types are used to perceive colour light, but one type of cone perceives light slightly out of alignment, so that there are three different types of effect produced depending upon cone type is faulty. The different anomalous conditions are protonomaly, which is a reduced sensitivity to red light, so that's one that I've got. Deuteranomaly, which is a reduced sensitivity to green light and is the most common form of colourblindness, so I don't even have the most common one. And Tritanomaly, which is a reduced sensitivity to blue light and is extremely rare. The effects of anomalous trichromatic vision can range from almost normal colour perception to almost total absence of perception of the faulty colour. People with deuteranomaly, I'll learn these at the end of the video, and protonomaly are collectively known as red-green colourblind, and they generally have difficulty distinguishing between reds, greens, browns and oranges. They also commonly confuse different types of blue and purple hues. Now, this might seem a bit weird, but one of my favourite colours is orange, even though, like in Photoshop, for example, if I'm trying to find the colour orange to paint something or colour something, I don't know if I'm picking orange or not. But things that I do see as orange, like actual oranges, orange cars, orange t-shirts, logos, things like that, I like it. And red as well, but that's partially being a Man United fan. Get to people with reduced blue sensitivity have difficulty identifying differences between blue and yellow, violet and red, and blue and green. To these people, the world appears as generally red, pink, black, white, grey, and turquoise. See the dichromacy images below, which is these here. So that's your normal vision. Let's zoom in on these. So I don't actually know what you're seeing there. That is bad. Wow. So see the dichromacy images below. About half of the people with anomalous trichromacy will see the world in a similar way to those with dichromacy, but their ability to perceive colours will improve in good light and deteriorate in poor light. Often their colour perception can be as poor as it is for those with dichromacy. People with anomalous dichromacy can either inherit colourblindness, in which case their ability to see colours will remain the same, or they can have acquired it, in which case their condition could get worse and possibly improve over time. People with dichromacy colourblind have only two types of cones which are able to perceive colour, i.e. they have a total absence of function of one cone type. Lack of ability to see colour is the easiest way to explain this condition, but in actual fact it is a specific section of the light spectrum which can't be perceived. For convenience, we call these areas of the light spectrum red, green or blue, RGB. The sections of the light spectrum which the red and green cones perceive overlap, and this is why red and green colour vision deficiencies are often known as red-green colourblindness, and why people with red and green deficiencies see the world in a similar way. People with protanopia are unable to perceive any red light. These with dotanopia are unable to perceive green light, and those with tritanopia are unable to perceive blue light. People with both red and green deficiencies live in a world of murky greens where blues and yellows stand out. Browns, oranges, shades of reds and green are easily confused. Both types will confuse some blues with some purples, and both types will struggle to identify pale shades of most colours. So again, it is about the shades. That's where it can throw us off. However, there are some specific differences between the two red-green deficiencies. So, protanopia, which is me. Protanopes are more likely to confuse black with many shades of red, dark brown with dark green, dark orange, or dark red. So again, snooker, if the brown goes near the reds, I'm screwed. Some blues with some reds, purples, and dark pinks. So I can't remember confusing blues with any reds, but definitely purples and some dark pinks. Because obviously, to me anyway, a dark pink could kind of look like a purple, which obviously I see. There has been some times where people have pointed that it's purple, and to me it could have been a blue or a dark pink. And mid greens with some oranges. I don't think I'm that bad with the mid greens and oranges. Again, apart from if I'm on a colour chart in like Photoshop or something. Deuteranopes are more likely to confuse mid reds with mid greens, blue greens with grey and mid pinks, bright greens with yellows, pale pinks with light grey, mid reds with mid brown, and light blues with lilac. Tritonopes, the most common colour confusions for tritonopes are light blues with greys, dark purples with black, mid greens with blues, and oranges with reds. The images show how the beautiful colours of the pigments are lost to people with each type of dichromatic vision. So this is monochromacy. People with monochromatic vision can see no colour at all, and their world consists of different shades of grey ranging from black to white, rather than only seeing the world on an old black and white television set. Acromatopsia is extremely rare, occurring only in approximately 1 person in 33,000, and its symptoms can make life very difficult. Usually someone with acromatopsia will need to wear dark glasses inside in normal light conditions. We have had several very concerned people contact us via this website because they or their children have been diagnosed by their optician with total colourblindness. Although we are unable to advise on the diagnosis of specific cases, we have undertaken further research to try and understand why so many people are being told they are totally colourblind, when in reality they are much more likely to have a severe form of red-green colourblindness. So that's kind of showing that even the opticians, the people that are meant to look at your eyes and everything like that, and care for your eyes and know about your eyes, even they might not be 100% on what colourblindness is or understand it. Our research has revealed that in many cases opticians have only received basic training on colour vision deficiency, and some may therefore be incorrectly interpreting the results of the Ishihara tests. So I can't remember, I might have done when I was very young. I can't remember actually being told by the opticians or anything like that I was colourblind. I just kind of knew because when people are telling me that I'm wrong with the colours, you kind of know. If you have been diagnosed as totally colourblind, please follow the links to the 2 specialist websites for further information. So here's the statistics. So there's general agreement that worldwide 8% of men and 0.5% of women have a colourblind vision deficiency. These figures rise in areas where there is a greater number of white Caucasian people per head of population. So again, it is men and women, but a very small percentage. I think I've only met or spoke about colourblindness to one female that I've even known. So again, if you are female and you are colourblind, then please get in touch. I'd love to see it. I want to speak to more colourblind people, to be honest with you. I just want to see how it affects them on a day-to-day basis. I don't even know if mine is really bad or not, because again, it's not common conversation that you kind of have. So when I say how I got it, obviously it was passed through my granddad, through my mum via my granddad. I have a son, and he is definitely not colourblind. He understands that I'm colourblind, and he does help me with colours, but he's definitely not colourblind. He sees colours very well. So it doesn't pass directly, which is quite weird, to be honest with you, but anyhow. So that's me doing the test. That's me explaining a bit more about colourblindness. Again, I'm going to be trying to get in touch with some people. I'll happily bring some on, record a conversation, I'll jump in a Discord call or Zoom call, have a conversation about it, their experiences. I will find some news stories and other things as well, and there'll be plenty more of these videos to come. If you got any questions, please find my Linktree links down below. My socials will be popping up on the screen any second now. If you like this video, please subscribe. There's going to be plenty on this. It's not just going to be sneak and about colourblindness, which at the moment the channel is. There's going to be plenty of unboxing videos for other things. There's going to be some vlogs and everything like that. I've got plenty of ideas. It's just putting them into practice at the moment with the time that I've got with the gaming channel and with work and life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like if you do. Please share it on Twitter as well. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.
I've been dressing like an E-boy, long sleeve stripe me boy, black shirt overseas boy, it's all a decoy. I wanna look so fine and you double tap twice and you always swipe right like an E-boy, long sleeve stripe me boy, black shirt overseas boy, it's all a decoy. I wanna look so fine and you double tap twice and you always swipe right. See me looking sleepy with a beanie in the town, walking like a zombie.